Hey y'all, and welcome to Watch Cheryl Scrap for April's session. Today is Thursday, April 7th, and as Courtney pointed out before I started the recording, this is a non-BYOC, non-build your own collection release weekend. So I usually always like to play with BYOC, and just happens it's always usually on the night I'm doing my Watch Cheryl Scrap Live. So this week is a little different. I am going to start with my new release for tomorrow, which is Build a Background 6. And I'm going to combine it with a couple of photos of Olivia.
Olivia.
Olivia. Yep, she's moved out now. It's all good to go.
Pause for all the emotions, right?
Oh, dude. I mean, I'm happy for her and I'm glad she's doing her thing, but it's also sad too.
All right, I was gonna say, are you using dressed up or dressed down? And then my head went, duh, it's Cheryl.
It's Cheryl.
It's already in the store, so I was posting it.
Yay, I'm glad they activated it.
Yep,
Usually
it usually
they
is
do.
by the time we get around to scrapping. But yay! Yeah, I seriously had a moment where I went, well, but, yeah, no. Don't even. Just don't even. You know the answer to that, Courtney.
I know already. Okay, should I leave her legs in there or should I not? Okay. In that one shot, I kind of feel like this one looks too big compared to this one. Does that make any sense?
Yep.
All right, so if I pull it down, because I like the blue in there, maybe just have her knees. What do y'all think?
Jan says leave them in. Cheryl says not missing toes.
Yeah, they are missing toes. It's like a cutoff.
I've found so many selfies that are like that, like from when I was trying to do it with my little camera or something, and so I'm trying to take a picture of like me and the babe or something, and it's like half of my head is cut off.
Okay, I think I kind of like that. I think you can tell.
Yeah,
It's
I liked the blue, but I do like that. They feel more in proportion to each other.
Well, and I do have two other.
Okay.
Hang on, let me mark these as
Scrapiola.
Yeah. So they're up here somewhere.
Ooh, I just got a shiver chill. Sorry, guys. Threw me out for a second there.
So I have that one and this one that I'll do on a separate page. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, I like the blue. Cheryl has an issue with missing toes. Yeah, I like that one too. That one's set up really nicely.
So,
so you could do another page of her on the swing.
This past weekend was my youngest sister's wedding, and so we drove up to Birmingham, and let me see. I shared a picture with Courtney earlier today of me and my sister, the one that's getting married, and then I have my sister.
My sister.
And I actually took my big girl camera.
I'm so proud of you.
Right? So,
yes.
and I've actually got them off of here. Off of my camera.
Whoa, look at Cheryl go.
Okay, here she is. This is Emily, and she is 21 years younger than I am. So.
Isn't it kind of fun having younger sisters sometimes, younger siblings?
Yes, it keeps you young. And then this is us. This is the gaggle of us. There's Jay, my brother Carl that I haven't seen in like 2 years. Of course, Daniel, Olivia, and Regina, Carl's wife. And then this is Levi and Gemma, and that's their kids, my niece and nephew, and my sister Anna. That's like my BFF. So she's 6 years younger than me. I'm the old crone.
Daniel looks so tall in that photo.
Oh my gosh. I think there's a picture of him that Olivia shared with me. I have a couple of little stories this year. It was just a funny thing.
Bethany says it's so fun.
Oh, here.
It looks like fun too. Is she standing up?
Yes.
So like that's legit the height difference they have?
Yes, and then I think there's some, I mean, look at him.
He looks so grown up.
He's taller than Jay. Jay swears it's the hair. It's just a hair difference. Right.
Okay.
I love it.
So this, you're telling this to the woman who's been telling her child that it's because you're wearing shoes that you're taller than me for like a month now.
Yeah. Okay. So you can see here.
Not, but still.
All right. Here's Jay, me, Olivia, Daniel, and I have definitely shrunk because I used to be taller than that with Jay. So that's
or Jay's grown.
This is my dad and my brother.
Aww.
Oh, it's just nice.
Your dad's such a handsome old man.
He is. He's so much fun too. You should have seen him. He was dropping it low at that reception.
I don't know if you did that on purpose, but that photo of your dad and Anna, both of them have their eyes closed.
Yes. They're like, no. So it was at an equestrian center. So there were horses all over the place.
Funky.
Yeah.
Such great wishful thinking, Jan says. I think that's to the fact that it's his hair that makes him taller.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just a really pretty place. This is, okay, so Levi is 11. And I was like, what are you drinking? And he said, sweet tea. And he said, hang on just a second. So he goes over and he comes back and he's holding this little drink here, which is ice and bourbon, is what he told us. And I was like, well, you just go on thinking that, bud. I know they're not serving.
Paying attention.
No, they're not serving bourbon, so you got it somewhere else. But I mean, it was just really cool. Like they had this, Wynwood equestrian that was on the dance floor. I thought that was kind of cool. And so that was a funny story there. And then
Cass says, cool. She loves the series Heartland. I'm guessing your photos remind her of that.
Oh, yes.
Speaking of which, hi, Cass. You slipped in and I didn't see you.
Okay. And this is where the wedding took place. So she started walking way back here. And this up here is, yeah, it took her a while to get up here. But the weather could not have been more perfect. It was just.
Yeah, the weather looks beautiful.
Stunning.
Okay, so Renee, yes, we're circling back to that, Renee. Getting married in a bookstore? Like, that just sounds amazingly awesome too.
Right? That sounds great.
Is it like a little independent bookstore or what? Like, I did not miss that comic. I love bookstores. And think of how easy it would be to scrap those weddings because there's tons of book kits.
All right, and then this is Anna, the auntie, with her 2 nephews and 2 nieces. Aww. And we have another niece and nephew, but they didn't come. Their mom didn't come, so we weren't quite all together, but we were close. All right, so I have shared all that enough. I'm going to come back over here, and you'll be pleased to know that the new AC/DC that I just paid for, I cannot get it to load.
Oh no!
Yeah, it had like an error. I'm tired of fighting with it at this point. I'm like, I'm just not even gonna look at it anymore.
Oh,
I'm just not. So, that's okay. We'll be all right.
What's funny? I paid for it after you talked about it. I went ahead and I did it. And I've had an error or two, but it's usually I just shut it and wait a minute and reopen it and just tell it to ignore and go, and it has done
Yeah.
that so far. But yeah, because it does let me, anything I tag, I can tag into the metadata, which means no matter what,
Yeah.
Windows can see it, and I love that.
All right, so I'm going to start out. This is Paula Kesselring's Honey Bunny. So I'm going to start out with that as my background paper, I think. Let's see what that looks like. Honey Bunny.
The Heartland series is about a family who raises horses. Oh, gotcha.
Okay, so I think I'm going to add this one up here.
Bethany's like, I saw sneak peeks of that kit. I'm like, here's the whole bundle. Check it out. It's right here.
I don't want that. I'm going to go back over here.
It's called the Oxford Exchange in Tampa. They have a garden room where the reception will be. He walks downstairs to a landing where the ceremony will be. And just her DH-to-be, and the officiant is on the landing. Oh, and the officiant's her brother-in-law. That's cute. That's awesome. That's really cool. We have some famous building here that a lot of people get married at. I say all casual because I'm like, I don't know anything about it.
You're like, I don't know.
I don't. But we have a modernist church that's on the National Historic. This is like a sad, maybe cool ending to a story. The ending is undecided still. But we have a modernist church that the congregation has just shrunk during COVID to like 30 people. And so they're like, they can't keep it up anymore. So they actually laid off everybody, including the pastor. So they're closing after, is it this Sunday, Easter? I guess after this Sunday is their last service. So I'm like, so that's the sad part. But the kind of cool part is it looks like the library might take it over and turn it into like a meeting area. And then they would also have it open for events and stuff. So I'm like, well, that would be a cool ending to it. Like, could you imagine having a library meeting and going to like an old modernist church that's kind of cool looking? So
very cool.
Anyway, yeah. We have a modernist bank that's now a coffee shop, and it's pretty cool. Like, it's funky because of the way that it was set up. Someday I might ask them if I can take a picture because I think it's really cool, but it's probably kind of weird to set somebody at the drive-thru be like, can I take a picture? Anyway, sorry. Random scrapbooker problems, right?
Right.
But the way it's set up, like the people who bring the coffee over, they walk over on this platform, like they walk over on their floor, and their floor is like half a body higher than the person who's at the drive-thru window.
Oh.
So like the drive-thru window will turn and like reach up to get drinks from them. And they have a spot, like a little shelf that's like literally like 2 feet off the ground from up top that they set them on that the person can grab them from. But like the floor is at like their waist height. So it's like literally, that's why I say it's like half a person tall. I don't know. But it's funky because it's just this little section of the drive-thru that's that half a person. And then everybody else is working up top where they make all the coffees and stuff. So you only ever see their legs, which is kind of funky too. But anyway, random.
That is random.
But it's just the way that it was built. So it's kind of fun and unique and cool. But Kim says that would be cool. I'm not sure if she means the bookstore, or if she means having a library space at an old church. But either way. So yeah, it's sad that the church is, I guess, going out of business. I mean, do you say that about a church? Because, I mean, the people are just trying to decide if they're going to find a different space to worship or whatever. So I'm like,
yeah.
You say a church went out of business? I don't know. I'm not used to this terminology.
I don't know.
So closing its doors, Bethany says.
Yeah.
But they don't go out of business. They just move on. Yeah, and that's why I'm like, it sounds weird to say it that way, but they're leaving the building, but they can't just leave the building because they have this obligation to it because it's on the National Historic Registry and all that jazz. So it's funky. Just, Funky, funky, funky.
Funky, funky, funky.
Weird things about living in a town that has a lot of famous architecture. So, random things. I love that rainbow paper.
Isn't that cute?
That's from Lynne-Marie.
Right.
And you know how I know? Because I scrapped with it. The second I saw it, I was like, I'm grabbing this. I don't care. I'm scrapping with it.
Like, I'm doing it. Yeah, she's released her bundle this weekend. So.
Yep. And it's so, I love it. I love all the rainbows. I love how they're different. I just love it. I had a lot of fun with that page. It made me very happy. I do. Oh, so I took a photo. I have to tell you this story because I think it's funny and nobody else is talking, so I guess you have to listen to me. But so I took this photo the other day. I got Matthew to go out yesterday and do the photo for his birthday because it was pouring rain on his birthday. And I'm like, I'm not taking photos in the pouring rain. And then it's just been rain and cold. So I'm like, okay, we'll just do your birthday party, your birthday pictures as soon as we have a nice day. So we had a nice day. So I took him out to do that. And our one trees are blossoming, just like gorgeous blossom. Like they look like the popcorn popping on the tree. And then this clouds rolled in. And so I took this photo and it looks like I photoshopped or like overly sharpened the photo. Like straight out of the camera. Like I didn't do a dang thing to it. And it looks like it's been overly photoshopped.
You're like, this is just the way it is.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's fun. Like I promise I didn't overdo anything. This is just what it happened to look like at that time.
Just the way it is.
So I'm kind of like, all right, I need to find a way to like, and it's not like it's blown out or anything. So when I look at it, I'm like, there's not anything that I would say, oh, this is what's wrong with it.
Right.
Just the lighting on it and everything just turned, and the blossoms, the way that the blossoms are, they just, yeah, it just looks like I overly sharpened it. Do I go in and unsharpen it? Like, what exactly do you do with that?
I don't know. I don't know what happens with that.
I also got my kid to do a jump in the air, feet, like arms out, feet out, the X.
Yeah.
I was so excited because so often he's a pain in the butt when I want him to do something. But he was,
of course, they always are that way.
Yeah, he was being super cute. And once he finally settled down and realized he was going to do it, I was like, nope, we're doing this. I get 10 minutes. We're doing this. So that was nice.
Like, we are. I'm over here.
And he did. And then I finally got him to relax and just kind of hang out. And then I got to get a couple of different good photos from that, which was nice.
You're like, I will have my way. I will have my way. Okay, so this was Saturday, so I can use this over there. And you know, I think I really want these to be a little brighter. So we're just gonna brighten them up a little bit, I think.
Oh, thank you, Jan. Jan said she saw my photos and they turned out so nice. And Cass says she chooses kits. Or cig. Is that cigarettes, kits, or cigs? So it'll be a while till she can buy again. Hey, we all have our priorities.
Okay, I'm gonna throw this one over here. Oh, it's cute. It's turning out all right.
I like it. The mix of papers is really cool.
All right, now I just need to find, let's see. I'm going to add some
Ooh, some foliage.
foliage.
I like her dress. It's cute.
It was
It
very
looks
cute on
very
her.
comfy too.
Yes, it was. She was very comfortable.
Like that's my favorite kind of clothes are the ones that are comfortable and cute.
No, I don't like that. Too dark. Wake up.
You know, Jan, there's a lot of days he won't let me take his photo, but I kind of make him every now and then.
You're like,
Let's see. I
it's
think I bribed
happening.
him. What did I bribe him with yesterday? I am not above bribery. I think it was a little extra video game time or an extra TV time. So sometimes bribery is what works, and I'm willing to do that sometimes. But he also will look at old photos, and he really appreciates that. And so I think that kind of helps him be more open to me taking his photo, because I always point out
Right.
there won't be old photos if you don't let me take them. So, nah, Cody's so photogenic. She says, I love scrapping her pics. That's awesome. It's always nice when you get somebody who the photos just all feel good to scrap.
Who said that? I'm sorry, I missed.
Jan said that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, want to hear a funny story? Speaking of photos, so I take Matthew
Yes.
to piano today, and the piano teacher is somebody in our church, so I know her kids because I'm in the working with the children right now. And so I had to laugh so hard because she was sitting there and showing me some pictures. Their dad went and did basic training, so she was showing me the book that they'd put together of all the photos they sent to him while he was gone, and then like the letters and stuff that they'd put because they wrote him and then he wrote them and they put them all together in a little scrapbook kind of thing. And so she's showing me those pictures and she's like, do you have any of Matthew when he's this big? I was like, yeah, I do. She's like, are they on your phone? Can you show them to me now? And I was like, actually, I can because most of them are on my phone. And
Right.
so I was like, she's going through my photos on my phone, like looking through my Google photos. She's like, oh, so where is he when he's little? So I showed him some when she was little. She's like, well, how about a little bigger? Well, do you have any pictures? And then she was looking at something in one of the pictures of him. She's like, that's really red. I'm like, yep, that's Red Rock. She's like, yeah. So what's this? So what's that? So then we found more pictures of Red Rock, and then she wanted to see pictures of mountains because, you know, we don't really have mountains here. We have hills.
Right.
But like just all these different things. I was just dying of laughing because I was like, I never thought that sitting at piano lessons, I would be sitting here going through like all these different photos. And she's like, you've been to so many places. I'm like, you're right, we have. Because she's like, where's this? I'm like, that's Massachusetts. Where's this? That's California. Where's this? That's Utah.
You're
like, oh, honey, I've lived a lot of life in your life.
right. You got catching up to do.
Yeah. Bethany says she has to convince her kids to send her their selfies. That's the only way she can get pics of them. Her son is a little bit more willing to take pictures of him. And then Jan says she loves all things Asian. A really good Asian kit would be nice to have. You can always post in the forum that you guys would love a good Asian kit and post some ideas of what would be in it and see. One of the designers may see it and decide I could do that. They may not. This is not a promised thing. But sometimes they might browse through and go, oh, hey. Or somebody might see it and be like, you know what I use for Asian photos? I use this because it looks really good and it works really well or something.
Right.
You never know. So.
Ooh, I missed one of my papers.
Or a great Asian template. Again, you'd have to tell Cheryl what you see as Asian. Is it like geometric? Is it certain shapes? I mean,
right.
She may think this is a great Asian template, but it doesn't fit with what you're kind of envisioning as that feel. Does that make sense?
It makes lots of sense.
Yep. Okay, good.
All right.
Renee says she asked her cousin to share wedding pics so she can scrap them. It's a family that she still picks from Facebook to scrap. It's always fun when you steal photos from somebody else to scrap. I made my mother-in-law a calendar, and I had to do that to get pictures of some of the nieces and nephews because they never sent them like I asked. So finally I went, fine, let's go see what's on your Facebook. Oh, the latest picture you have is 3 years old? That's the one she gets because the one I have is 10 years old. So there.
You're like, that's the way this is happening.
Oh, I believe they love the book. Renee says they love the book. They just aren't scrappers. No, I think that's totally fine. I have no issue with that. It's always funny when that's what you end up doing is like, fine, if you're not going to send it to me, I'm just going to get something off your Facebook. And then when you complain to me that it wasn't a good picture, sorry.
Oh,
you had your choice.
Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Now let me go back over to Lynn's.
I adore that butterfly. That butterfly makes me so
pretty.
Happy. There's a butterfly in BYOC that made me really, really happy too. I don't know. I'm not usually a rainbow and butterfly person, but I have been all about it this year. I don't know what's up with that, but it makes me happy.
It makes me happy when the skies are gray.
Exactly. Okay, so Renee, if they know you're taking their photos, then you're not stealing them because they know you're doing it.
Right.
She said they know that she does it. Sister-in-law is an amateur photographer, so a lot of photos are done with the big girl camera.
Yeah.
That's when you almost just need to set up a Dropbox and say, just drop them in here so I can get good quality ones. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, see, that's what I mean, Bethany. Like, this one could be Asianist, depending on what you, Asian-ish. That sounded weird the way I said it. Asian-ish, depending on what you put in it. So that's why I said sometimes you might have to give a little direction of what you're thinking because a lot of things fall into a lot of spots.
Okay, now I'm moving over. I'm going to grab a couple of pieces from Lynn's Birdseed.
Birdseed, huh?
Yeah. So her little collection there. Grab a couple of things from it, maybe.
That's where creativity is wonderful. It really is. That's where it's awesome. You know, sometimes I'm amazed at how well you seem to know your supplies. Are they all ones you've gotten recently?
No, this one's old. Let's see if I can tell how old it is.
It's 2017.
Yeah.
Lynn Grieveson, right?
Yep.
I was like, wait, I just found one birdseed kit. Hold on, let me make sure there's not.
There's just one. There's just one.
I can see the BYOC August 2017 on it. That's why I knew.
Yeah.
Just had that moment where it's like, oh wait, maybe there's another one. What was the kit I was looking up the other day, and there's like 7 kits by that name, and I was like, what the crap, people? Frolic. There's like 3 or 4 different designers have done a kit called Frolic, and then there's also one called Fall Frolic.
You're like, what?
I was like, okay, unique names, anybody? One of them got retired, alas. But I think that's what I was looking it up for too. I think it was one that was being retired, but it was just funny. I was like, Frolic. Ooh, there's a lot of Frolic.
There's a lot.
Bella Gypsy did 2 kits with the same name. Okay, that's just not fair. I've seen it done before though, where designers do a like a mini kit and then they add on with a bigger kit and use the same name. But yeah, It'd be interesting because the way I stuff my folders, if it had the exact same name on the folder, they would end up intermixed in the same folder. It would be a lot of work to figure that one out.
Oh yeah, I would totally mess that up.
Me too. Me too.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, by the way, it's Paula's butterfly that I love from BYOC. I went
This
and
one up
found it.
here. Oh, I'm following
No, I
you
like
now.
that one too. But Paula has one that was really cute. It has a lot of fun colors in it.
Okay, now I'm over in All Good. Also by Lynn Grieveson.
I'm like, you're all over the place tonight. Oh, it's all good, all good, all good, all good, all good.
It's all good,
It's all
yes.
good. That's also a BYOC. I can't read the year on this one though.
We did start changing that.
What?
So you should be able to see the year better on the badge.
Oh, no, it's January 2022. It's because I opened the collection, and when you open the collection,
Gotcha.
it's really hard to see the name on the badge. But when I opened up, so I went back and just pulled up just the papers, and then I could see the name on the badge. It's, yeah, that was a really long explanation about nothing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Okay, let's see. I got a flower
It's been
there.
a week at my house. It's been a week. Actually, it's been 2 weeks, but that's okay.
Yeah, I was telling Courtney that your graceful, scrappy friend here hurt my back when I was at the wedding. There was a step down and I didn't realize it was a step down, and so I just stepped out, and so my leg went down though, and so it just jarred my whole leg, and so yeah, that wasn't any fun. I was like, why? But why?
So Cheryl's in pain, is what she's trying to say.
If I sound a little off, it's because I'm medicated. Like, well, Cheryl seemed a little weird. No, it's not that bad. I'm pretty much used to.
because I'm medicated.
Yeah. But yeah, it was not good. So the wedding was great, but the hotel bed was terrible. Even Jay, he couldn't sleep in it. And Olivia's like, oh my God, you guys are just so used to your highfalutin bougie bed, the adjustable bed that I always talk about. Like, she's like, you just don't know how to sleep in a regular bed. And then I was like, come up here and try it. And she laid down on ours. She goes, oh yeah, your bed sucks.
Your bed sucks.
I'm like, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That's so nice.
Bethany says she doesn't understand why our bodies have to get old when our minds stay young.
It is a wicked thing.
It is. Like, what in the world? Why should that happen to us?
I don't know, but
It's not cool.
I'm probably in the least amount of pain I've been in since Sunday. So
Bethany says she's feeling 22.
dude, that wouldn't help me much.
Cheryl needs to feel 19.
Yes, because I fell when I was 21. So I was having surgery, all that way back when. But yeah, I've had some pretty big pity parties this week. You know, just been by myself with the dog. I'm like talking to her. Why, Piper? Why? She's just looking at me. I don't know, Mom. I don't know.
Bethany was waiting for you to break out into song.
Oh, what was I supposed to sing? I'm sorry.
Feeling 22 by Taylor Swift.
Oh, I don't know that one very well. Hang on just a second. That's okay.
I think what's
Yeah.
funnier is the song stuck in my head right now is the song It's Tough to Be Under 21.
You're like, what? Okay, let's see. I feel like this needs a little bit of help. Maybe like up there. What do y'all think? Just needs a little bit of that bright color.
I like it.
And then I'm going to throw some more over here. Oh, yes. Okay. I may.
Bethany said she's had that song stuck in her head since Sunday.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Something.
Yep.
I don't know.
That's all I know too.
Let's see here.
I'm really sad I can't find my song all of a sudden. Oh, is it It Sucks to Be Under 21? Is that how that song goes?
I don't know that one.
Oh, it's a ska song. So I'm trying to think of who. Is it Say Ferris? Does it sing it? Yeah. Say Ferris sings it. It's called Under 21. It's a really, actually, it's a fun little song.
It's a what?
It's a fun little song. She tries to go to the bar and he says no one under 21 allowed. She's like, but he must have been stupid because I saw my friends in the crowd. He said, you can't buy an alcoholic drink, so we don't care what you really think. Oh, it's just one of those fun little songs that's just, yeah. We used to listen to the radio edit, I just realized by reading through the lyrics. So just so you know, warning, we listen to the radio edit.
Warning, warning, warning.
Warning.
Okay, speaking of that, you know that our family are big Office fans. So Kevin is one of the, I don't know, receding hairline, overweight character.
Yeah, he's one of the main characters.
Yeah, but he talks a little slow. And when Robert California comes in to be their new boss or whatever, they're trying to determine who's on his good list and his not good list. And so every time he comes in the room, Kevin screams out, warning, warning, warning. So they'll all stop talking. Well, we've had tornado watches here, and I always get confused by a watch and a warning, which is which, because, you know, we have them here, but it's not a huge frequency. But usually this time of year we get some. So a watch is conditions, you know, it could be something that happens. So you should be on the watch for them. And a warning is, yes, something has been sighted in your area, whatever. So I told Jay, I was like, I'll remember it from now on, because if we get a tornado, warning, 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 it's the real thing. Something is really coming. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so last week we weren't very thrilled when they did the little warning on us.
So, so they do tornado warnings here too, right?
Yeah.
Well, in the most hilarious part of the whole thing, they did one that they do nation or statewide for all of the kids so that they can all be part of it and they can all know what to do in case of a tornado. So
Yeah.
they set off the sirens, and my child comes running into me and goes, "Mom, what is that for?" Because all the kids here were on spring break.
Oh,
So it did them no good to do this amazing tornado drill at the schools because they were all on spring break in our area.
I'm like, what?
Like, I
Okay.
no words. I have no words for that one. No words.
Okay, I think I am going to, let's see. I think I'm going to put a stroke around these papers because I want them to pop off a little bit more. It's just like they're all kind of merging together. Let's see what
Mm.
that looks like. Ooh, I like that better already.
I liked Bethany wrote in the chat, "Warning, warning,
I love y'all. Play along with me.
warning." Yep.
Play along. Oh yeah, I like that. Yes, no, maybe.
I'm not laughing at your layout. Kim, we have the same problem. Our area tests, she says, our area tests the sirens every first Wednesday at 1 p.m. unless there is bad weather in the area. And every time someone posts on the Nextdoor app, "Why are the sirens going off?" Yeah, we have the same thing. They test, our area tests them the first Friday at noon. And then they also send out like the emergency alerts to your phone and say, "This is just a warning." So whenever anybody posts on Nextdoor, "Why are the sirens going off?" Because inevitably they do. I always go on and I say, because if you got the text messages from the city, you would know that that's our monthly check.
Yeah.
What text messages? So I'm slowly getting more and more people signed up for the text messages.
You're like,
So if there's a big
finally.
issue, more people will know.
Ooh, look at there.
By the way,
Okay.
Jan says, yes, that helps a lot.
The outline, I think it does. I think it really helped. Yeah.
Bethany says it sounds like her 411 group. Everyone has to know and post what's going on. Renee's are the tested the first Saturday of the month at noon.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
Oh, goodness gracious. Did you guys have a monthly test of yours, Cheryl?
No.
No.
I don't. I mean, all we get is we have a county emergency management, so I'm signed up for text for that, and they'll, I'm on Facebook with them as well, and then there's a text that comes through from the state.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, it said Courtney left. I was like, what?
Maybe she did. She's a pain in the butt, that girl.
I'm telling you. She's like, where is she going?
She's done. She's checking out.
She can't leave. She can't leave yet. Oh my Lord.
Bethany says they had the siren test when they lived in Missouri. I actually kind of like it. I mean, my poor husband, it sucked for him when he was working Graves because it would go off, and the one I think it's at the airport, it's just close enough that we hear it really good here, which on the bright side is a really good thing. But when you're trying to sleep, it will wake you
Right.
up. So poor guy would wake up like every time. And then of course his phone would go off, and if you don't answer it, like for the test one, if you don't answer, it calls you because it's like an automatic setup, which is kind of cool. But
yeah.
again, not if you're supposed to be sleeping.
You're like, no.
No, I didn't need that. Thanks. Nope. No, I'm good. Thank you. Renee said Ohio does a statewide drill every March. This month they canceled it because it was a day with weather that could actually have tornadoes. It's a good thing they canceled that. Oh goodness. Because yeah, that would be a problem.
Okay.
Hey, let's test the system on a day that looks like we could actually have the system. Let's not do that. Somebody was thinking that one through.
No, don't like that. Nope, don't like that. I need something a little yellowy over here, so we're just gonna put a little buttony Brad looking thing over here.
A little yellow.
Lilo.
Little yellow.
A little Lilo. A little Lilo.
Well, that's good that there
Okay.
weren't any that day.
Do, 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 do,
Yeah, there's
do.
been a lot of funky weather, and we're not even into spring yet.
Okay, I think I'm done.
I like it.
It's amazing. All right, let me save this. I should have saved this a long time ago.
Look at you playing loosey-goosey with the save.
I know. All right, this makes me happy, and that's Olivia.
This makes me happy. I like that. I think that's what you should actually call it. This makes me happy.
This makes me happy. All of this makes me happy. Oh yeah.
That's my kind of thought.
Okay, we've talked before about scrapbooking being therapy, but it absolutely has been for me tonight because, I said I'm finished here and like all of a sudden I can kind of feel my leg throbbing, but I've been distracted from it. So,
Good.
Yay. Thank you for hanging out with
Yay.
me and,
So
watching me.
Kim has a quick question if you have a minute.
Yeah.
I think I know the answer, but she says, does anyone with PSCC ever save to the cloud? I do not, but that's because I don't trust the cloud, which is actually a whole other funny story. But
I really don't use it because I'm not creating and then having to go to a secondary location and need access to that PSD file. But like, obviously, if, say for instance, I had a office separate from here at home, then obviously if I save it to the cloud, when I go to my office, I could pull up, if I had saved it to the cloud, would be able to pull it right there onto, whatever machine
oh
I
yeah,
have.
that would totally make sense.
Yeah. But really, other than that, I don't. I mean, of course, if you're creating or collaborating with other people, that's a good thing to have. There are, lots of different methods, but does anybody else use the cloud?
I don't, because I just don't go anywhere, and I like seeing the copy on my actual hard drive. I mean, I have a cloud backup, so I don't worry about it. Plus, I'm worried I'd fill it up.
Right.
And I have that whole, you only have the storage as long as you have the account. I don't like that feeling.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Nobody else does it?
Nope.
Nope. It's just another, I mean, I think they're all good things, but at the same time, I'm like, sometimes it's all confusing. Like,
I think it would work really well in what you said. Like if I was, let's say I was at a crop and I was setting some stuff up, but I didn't have my photos or something, but I had some kits to play with, totally save them to the cloud and then just pull them down at home and add the photos and whatever.
Yeah.
But for just for regular daily scrapbooking, it doesn't work for me, but I could see it being useful in that situation, or if you do a lot of collaborations with other people.
Yeah. And I do collab, but we tend not to share assets in that way.
Yeah.
But there are other options.
Totally makes sense.
Oh, looky here.
Yeah, I haven't done anything away from home, but that would make sense too. Just take your EHD. with you. But I could see if you were traveling like on an airplane and you didn't really want to take it because you didn't want to risk it getting stolen or dropped or something.
Yeah, like what if they made you give up your carry-on bag? I mean, it happens sometimes.
This is
So,
true.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I need to scrap that story of the airport. I don't think I ever have, of the airport when they were like going around telling people they needed to check luggage because the plane was really full. And the woman came up to me and she's like, "You need to check that bag." And I looked at her and I said, "This is a diaper bag." And she looked at me and she was like, "I know, but we need to check bags because there's too many." I said, "Nobody on the plane wants me to check the diaper bag. Trust me." And she like stopped and looked at me because it didn't look like a diaper bag. It was one of those backpack diaper bags.
Right.
But like she just stopped and looked at me like she couldn't believe I was telling her that. And I'm thinking to myself, honey, you don't want me to have a baby and no formula, no
Right.
diapers, no nothing for him. Trust me.
That was
So
weird.
yeah, it was a little weird, but so yeah, ever since then, I'm just kind of like, I'm good. You can't force me to check a bag.
Nope. I'm like, I had medication in there. You can't make me do that.
I just read what Kim wrote. They haven't loaded her work computer with Photoshop. I don't think they will. If they did, I would never get any work done. Oh, that's funny.
Like, oh goodness. All right. Okay. Stop beeping at me.
What's beeping at you?
Oh, because I'm trying to pull on the wrong handle area. So it's like boom, boom. It's like this
Oh,
little funny little sound. Windows 11, I guess, is when it started making it. You know, the little tone is different than before.
gotcha.
All right.
That makes total sense.
Okay, this is a lot of papers. This is one you should keep in your arsenal. Any of the build a background if you
Mm-hmm.
have a mock challenge.
Or just a
MOC.
regular, monthly
Yeah.
crop with somebody who really is into papers lately.
Wonder who that could be. Gee, I wonder. Could it be her name starts with a C?
Nope, not at all. Nope, she's
Not at all.
definitely not into. I really have been into papers lately. It's kind of funny.
I'm telling y'all, I'm still in. I want to mat this layout so bad.
Have they come up with the ability to view the folder preview in Windows 11? So you're not just looking at a bunch of yellow folders. Renee hates
Nope.
hates that on Windows 11.
Yeah, no, not that I know of.
All right.
Because I would
Bummer.
be like doing a super duper jig. Like, yes,
I'm pretty sure somebody
finally.
would post it in the forum and be like, guys, guess what you can do now?
You can see. It's like, why do they take away things? I mean, add to it. Don't take away stuff that's, yeah,
Sometimes I think it's because they don't use it the way that we use it.
yeah.
And other times I think it's they just don't think about that being a thing.
Mm.
Yeah, you know what, Renee? I did that when I got my last new computer. I had to move to Windows 8 because I was still using Windows XP.
You're like, I'm forced.
I skipped Vista completely. And I actually skipped because Windows 8 had like 2 versions. Do you remember that? And like when it first came out, it was kind of sucky. And then they did something that made it work better. Like I can't remember what the first part of it was, but when Windows 8 first came out, there was something funky about it. And so I skipped Vista and Windows 7 and went to Windows 8, but it was like the second incarnation of Windows 8.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, no, Renee, I totally get that. Getting a computer with Windows 11 because it's new. I mean, honestly, it's actually It's kind of nice because we had a laptop that was on 8 and had to put the update into 10, and so it still had problems. It still had pieces of 8 on there that was taking up space and stuff. So, it's nice that it's not. Cass says Windows were closing themselves. Yeah. There were some issues like that, but there was another big issue, and it was like the way that you had to log on or something was dumb, and everybody hated it.
Hated it.
So it was something that so then they went from 8 to 8.1. Oh, that's what it was. You couldn't get to the start button. There was no start button in Windows 8. And so there was no way to get to the start button, and there was no way to get to something else. So they had to bring out 8.1, which was let you do the start button and all of that.
Oh, hi. Where have you? Oh, my goodness. Okay. It's okay. Hey, baby. Hey. Look.
It was all those tablet things. You had just those tablet buttons.
Oh, she's crazy. Jay just bathed her. She came running in here like a nut, barking at me. Okay.
Do you mean the taskbar at the bottom, Renee? You can do that in 10 too.
Okay, so on my screen, you can see like if I opened up this right here and it was full screen and I wanted to pull a photo down onto Photoshop, I cannot do that. You see,
I didn't know I could do that.
Well, you used to be able to do it from a full screen, but now you have to pull them down, and actually you can't drag it to the taskbar. You have to drag it there, which is
okay. I was never using my taskbar. I've always used it the way you just said you have to do it, where you have it like small.
Yeah, which is, I mean,
that was an issue because I've never done it that way.
You're like, no, I never have done it that way.
Oh, Windows. Right. You know what? That is good to know, Renee, because my son has Windows 11 and it's in the middle. And I think he's getting used to it, but it's good to know that he could actually move it to the side. I'll have to tell him that.
Yes, I moved mine to the side. The taskbar icons.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like that either.
Like that middle one.
I didn't like
my taskbar to go back to the many random open tabs I have, and they're open things, but I never used it to track photos too. I was like, you could do that? Wow.
What? Oh, and I have to show y'all what happened last night. Look, the animals together. And the cat's like, what is happening back behind me?
Oh my gosh.
Look at her.
They took over your bed.
Yeah.
I love it.
You can see my little walker there in the background. Granny's got her walker out. And then I sent Olivia this picture because we had boarded Piper over the weekend and we picked her up Monday morning because they didn't have Sunday pickup. And so I took this picture and I was sending it to Olivia and I was like, where is Olivia? Where is she? I can't find her. Because she went to her house. So she came over last night and got to see the puppers.
Is that weird? She went to her house.
Yeah, pretty weird. Pretty doggone weird. And then this is, I took this last Monday and I was petting her and then I was making her hair all stand up and I was going to post it on Facebook and then I got distracted. Squirrel. And it was going to be, it's just another manic Monday. Look at her little hair. She's all electrified out. She said, I can't help it. I can't help it. Oh, and okay, one final thing. You know the song Fancy Like, the Applebee song?
Oh my gosh, my kid keeps asking me if that's a copyright issue.
Well, I think they liked the advertisement. Let me
Yeah.
see if I can find. Okay, so Jay and I are going out. We're gonna go have us a little date, and I was like, I love that song. It's just so catchy. But so we decided to go to the Applebee's, and here it is. Okay, so we sit down. I'm taking, the whole, because I got to document that we've gone, and I'm gonna make this layout called Fancy Like, and it's gonna be so cute. And took a picture of Jay, and he took a picture of me, and then we didn't take any more pictures because the food came and it was absolutely awful.
Sorry.
It was so bad. And I was like, I can't believe we used to eat here. This is terrible. So I'm telling you, like 7-8 minutes into us getting our food, I mean, even the salad, we usually eat all our salad. We did not eat all our salads. So we covered up because he's like, I don't know what cut of meat that is. It looks like camel or something. The steak was just some weird cut, and it was kind of rubbery. I don't even know how to describe that. So now I have switched from Fancy Like to Fancy Like ... not because it was terrible. And I told Jay, because the waitress came back and she didn't even, I figured she was going to say, because we had our napkins over our plate, oh, y'all are finished already, blah, blah, blah. It was so quick. And I was like, she knows the food sucks, because she didn't say a thing to us. She didn't say, oh, she's like, yeah, it sucks.
Yep.
So, and it was expensive. For the two of us. I was like, we're not doing that again.
They're like, no more Fancy Like Applebee's.
No. No. I'm like, I'm going to get my dad to grill us a steak or something. Jay can do it on his, but anyway.
That's so funny. I mean, that's just fun.
Yes.
I know. I hate it when I go out and I spend good money and it's gross, but it's a fun story.
Well, like Jay's like, he's like, we've wasted money on, worse stuff than this. And I'm like, I don't know. That's debatable. I guess this is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. So we left and we didn't even get other food. We just went and got a little, single serving of ice cream from the Winn-Dixie and came home and had that. It's like, was very non-triumphant. All right, well, now that I've talked
said, but it's still a scrappable page.
It is. It's still, I can have that not on there. Not Fancy Like, not. But anyway, I've talked your ear off. I think that's probably how you know I'm medicated. La la la, I'm just telling you all the stories of my life. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. And then, yikes, let's see.
I'm like, I don't know what you're doing now.
Stop my recording. That's what I was looking for, but it came, it was like all thin.